be involved in the election of candidates that are going to be true to Republican principles, and that's a good thing. I told folks, I said, if there was any question on whether you thought Tea Parties were effective, you go back as late as this last September. And General, when they went up there to vote, when the Democrat-controlled Senate committee met and they voted down the public option, that was because they had just been home in August and they got an earful from folks that were coming to town hall meetings, and they were hearing that Americans absolutely do not want a public option for their health care. We need to have this debate. But it doesn't need to be a one-size-fits-all mandate from Washington, D.C. telling Texas how to deliver their health care. As a matter of fact, it doesn't need to be a one-size-fits-all telling us how to educate our children. It doesn't need to be a one-size-fits-all telling us how to build our roads. It doesn't need to be a one-size-fits-all telling us how to have energy policy. And that's what's going on up there right now. There is a reason I have talked so much about the 10th Amendment over the course of the last 9 months. It's because what I hope will occur, Commish, over the next few years is that governors who share the same philosophy that I have, hopefully a new governor of New York and a new governor of Florida, a new governor of Colorado, a new governor of, who knows, lightning could strike California. That really share the principles of the 10th Amendment, understand instinctively and in their soul what it means. We're spending 110 to 130 million of your tax dollars doing the job that Washington should be doing along our border with Mexico. There are criminal elements there who would penetrate into this state and using a very porous southern border to come into this state and this country and do harm to our citizens. Drug cartels that have made the border almost their playground. And we have shown Washington for multiple years, Dan, we've shown them how to go and secure this border. I mean, I've had Chertoff down there multiple times. I've had a request into this administration since January for 1,000 additional National Guard troops. They're squabbling about who's going to pay for it. Is the Department of Homeland Security or is the Department of Defense? I said, please, you're spending hundreds of billions of dollars in Washington and you cannot seem to find a way to pay for 1,000 National Guard troops. Will not assist us with that type of work. But I tell people, I said, the reason I talk about Washington so much as a governor is because I think it is important for us to stand up and try to impact Washington's process, their thought process, and make them understand that we need to get back and really respect the Constitution, respect these states. Approach that Washington seems to be trying to force upon us. And that's one of the reasons I'm running for the United States. I mean, we've got our challenges with this international recession going on, but we're a percentage point and a half below the national average on unemployment. There's still 1,000 people a day moving to this state because they know there's something special here. They know Texas is the land of opportunity. They know that you can come here and you can invest your capital and you can keep more of what you earn here Gary and Mary traveled all over the world, and we were just talking about, they chose. And I don't know how many of the rest of you, but I would suggest not everybody in here is native-born Texan. There's probably a few of you in here that had a choice to make. Where do you want to live? And people, by a substantial number, are coming to Texas. 2007, 2008, that 24-month period of time of people that moved from one state to another, 30% of the entire number came to Texas. I mean, we're the home to more Fortune 500 companies now than any other state. We're the #1 exporting state in the nation. This place is where people want to be. And it didn't happen by accident. It happened because in 2003, there were some men and women who made principled decisions. Men and women who stood up and said, we're Republicans, and here's what we believe. And then we did what we said we would do. And we are seeing the results of that principled, courageous leadership today in this state. And as we go forward, particularly with the national economy, if there's ever been a time for principled executive leadership in this state, it's right now. The last thing we need to have is someone saying, oh, you know, it's just too tough out there, so why don't we're going to have to raise your taxes just a little bit over here, because you really wouldn't want us to cut the budget that much. Same comments that we heard in 2003. I know where I'm going to be. I know what I believe in. I've had to make some hard decisions, and not necessarily pleasant ones. But real leadership's not about being popular. Real leadership's about making tough decisions. And that's what I've had to do. That's what I intend to continue to do. And I hope I can count on all of you to be a part of that team, to continue to put Texas first, continue to let this state be a beacon for the rest of the country. Because America, if nothing else, America needs a state that they can look to today and say, you know what, they're doing it right there. And we need to emulate them. We need to look and we need to ask questions about why they're the place where people are moving to. And that's the competition that I want to keep. I promise you, I probably couldn't get the other 49 governors to stand up and admit publicly that they would like to be Texans. But I think I can say they would agree that they would dearly love to have the economy that I'm overseeing at this particular point in time. That they would have loved to have stood up in June in the midst of a national and international recession and overseeing a balanced budget, cut taxes for 40,000 small businesses, and left upwards of $9 billion in a rainy day fund. They would have all said, yes, I would dearly love to have had that. And that's what we have in the state of Texas. We need to continue to be the state that people look to. They respect us for our discipline. And this state can help lead this great country of ours back to the road to greatness again. God bless you and thank you all.